Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Superman. Invading Earth. Summoning the adventurer to descend. Traveling through the world of supernatural beings, the Earth is facing invasion. What should one do as a traveler? Answer. Summon the senior travelers to descend. Bullying me, there are no strong people on Earth. It's really funny. Have you heard of Emperor Yan Xiaoyan? Have you heard of Emperor Yi? Have you ever heard of forcing King Chen Beixian? Have you heard of Lord Luo Feng? When powerful beings related to the Earth descend, the consciousness of the universe trembles and the void cannot be hidden. Kaisha. Did I come to Earth with a letter to join with my little skirts? Morgana. Those who didn't kneel fast enough died. Carl. Actually, I'm a funny artist. I came to Earth to be funny. Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 1. Crossing the Supergod, holding the Ancestral God's order. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Chen Daoben thought. The place I traveled to was just an ordinary parallel Earth. After all, except for different country names. The level of civilization and technology is similar. Embrace the idea of settling for what comes first. When Chen Daogang wanted to lie flat and live a peaceful life. But suddenly, I learned the name of this city from someone else's mouth. Juxia City. As an anime enthusiast. This name is like thunder piercing through his ears. His body couldn't help but tremble slightly. Can't it happen to be the same name and surname? Chen Dao still has a glimmer of luck. Buzz. A oppressive atmosphere suddenly spread. He became nervous in his heart. Hurry out of the room. Take a look up. Familiar large chrysanthemum design. Full of unparalleled mechanical sensation. Everyone who sees it knows. This is definitely a product created by technology far beyond Earth's. Chen Dao's heart trembled. At this point. I haven't waited for him to think too much yet. A token suddenly appeared in my hand. It looks very simple. Chen Dao temporarily forgot about the big chrysanthemum in the sky and lowered his head to strike the token in both hands. He doesn't know when this thing will come into his hands. When you take a closer look in front of your eyes. The originally simple token suddenly lit up, with countless mysterious patterns. The golden light shone directly into Chen Dao's eyes. After a while, Chen Dao finally regained his senses. So this is the ancestral decree. Chen Dao was chosen as the ancestral deity of the original Earth consciousness. The token in hand. Nature is a symbol of identity given by the consciousness of the original Earth. Own this token. Then you can travel to all the heavens, all the realms, and all the Earth. You can even summon all the strong beings related to Earth to help. Because this represents the supreme power of the ancestral gods. Feeling the waves of heartfelt vibrations from the ancestral decree. Chen Dao showed a smile. Without any hesitation, he immediately took a taxi to the outskirts of Juxia City. Looking again at the big chrysanthemums in the sky. Chen Dao had no trace of fear in his heart. This big chrysanthemum is a precursor to the invasion of the Styx civilization. The world that Chen Dao travels to is a classic anime from his past life on Earth. A supernatural seminary. In anime, the Styx civilization is an extremely powerful military group. It is also the vanguard sent by the Grim Reaper Carl to invade Earth. If there is no Xiongbing company, just ordinary soldiers who are famous for Mingi are enough for the Earth to drink a pot. If Chen Dao is still just an ordinary person, I'm afraid under the first round of attacks, it is possible to die tragically in the hands of gluttons. However, the situation is different now. I don't know if this Styx civilization can withstand any traveler. The most important thing is that now big chrysanthemums have appeared. So that demon king. It should also be on Earth. Destroyed the Great Gorge. When I think of this demon king, he looks like he is facing the world traveler. Chen Dao couldn't help but laugh. Soon. He made up his mind. The big chrysanthemum has not yet appeared, and the time point should be before the Earth was invaded. The gluttonous warrior has not yet appeared. Since that's the case, let's give that gluttony king a little bit of a shock. Chen Dao's mind sank into the ancestral decree. The coordinates of the heavens and all realms, like stars, floated in his mind. Then the stars bloomed with dazzling radiance. Chen Dao transformed into a series of virtual shadows. Crash into these stars. At this moment, all the heavens and all the realms. They are all vibrating wildly. The great powers in countless worlds are filled with awe in their hearts. Everyone is observing the entire world. Then panic was born in their hearts. This seat is already a supreme existence, why is it so frightened and trembling? What's going on? There seems to be some terrifying presence in the chaos. Can it be said that there is a more powerful realm above the heavenly way? The faces of the experts were extremely ugly. Only those earth travelers. And the protagonist born from the earth of this world. Only then can we understand the changes in the outside world and what exactly is going on. They stared at the phantom that could cover countless worlds, standing outside the void. This phantom shakes the rules of the world. Time and space no longer exist near it. Just a phantom is eternal and immortal. At a glance, it is enough to imprint itself in everyone's heart. No matter how powerful these people are. When facing the phantom, I couldn't help but want to bow down. It's the Ancestor God. These people who have left the earth. I immediately understood the identity of this phantom. No matter which world the earth is from. They are closely related to the original earth. These strong individuals have all crossed over from earth or are themselves the highest beings born on earth. They have long been deeply imprinted with the imprint of the original earth. This is also the reason why the ancestral God was able to find them. A strong person who emerged from the earth. There are countless. There is a world of high martial arts, where martial arts shatter the void and the physical body is immortal. There is also the Star River world, the ultimate emperor who has reached the pinnacle of humanity. In an infinitely diverse world, the controller of rules. These people have long transcended the constraints of the world and are capable of suppressing any existence. But the original earth imprint on them. Make them always remember that they came out of the earth. They looked at the phantom. Feel the immeasurable power. Everyone respectfully saluted. The ancestral deity chosen by the consciousness of the original earth. That is the ancestor God of all the strong ones who walked out of the earth. To be precise, no matter how far they go, the Lord God will always be above them. After all, they have been able to reach the present level, and this realm is taken care of by the original earth. If it weren't for the help of the original earth, how could they have crossed the world? Chen Dao felt the aura of powerful figures, and the phantom became even more solid. The Dharma form that runs through the heavens and all realms is fully formed at this moment. The strong aura that comes out with countless earths shines in harmony. The vibration shook the heavens and all realms, causing the consciousness of all worlds to shake uncontrollably. The strong ones who left the earth panicked everyone. How could there be such a terrifying existence in this world? Chapter 2. The heavens shake, the strong respond. You are listening at novelfull.audio. A certain universe, Star River World. As the Lord of Hunyuan, Luo Feng. My eyebrows furrowed tightly. He stepped out of the chaos boundary in one step. Other Hunyuan lords also came to his side. The others have just arrived here. I saw Luo Feng respectfully bowing to the terrifying statue outside the world. See Ancestor God. The lords of Hunyuan were greatly shocked. At their level, they are already at the top of the world. There is no realm to go further. Even if Luo Feng is the strongest among them. We cannot suppress any of them either. But now they actually saw Luo Feng, so respectful towards an unknown existence. A face full of disbelief. In the vast world. Lin Dong and Mu Chen looked at Xiao Yan with endless doubts in their hearts. Ascending the heavenly list is already the master of the vast world. In their capacity, they can even be on an equal footing with the heavenly way. But Xiao Yan's extremely low posture make them feel extremely unfamiliar. Is that statue outside really so terrifying? Lin Dong couldn't help but blurt out. At this moment, Mu Chen remained silent for a moment before nodding fiercely. At the moment when the phantom first appeared. He wants to explore one or two. As soon as I felt that aura, I was hit by a terrifying force. Even the names on the sky list were almost erased. What a terrifying power this is. Urban cultivation world. The Beishian immortal lord, who has crossed the tribulation again and become an immortal level figure. Ben has been in seclusion for many years. But at this moment, he once again revealed his true identity. The universe is oscillating for it. The top powerhouses on one life star after another couldn't help but step out of the star dome and look at the Beishian immortal lord. Why did this immortal suddenly appear again? Back then, the Beishian immortal lord swept across the universe and made countless races submit. Even now it has reached the realm of crossing the tribulation. It has long been the most supreme existence in the hearts of countless people. But I saw it. Now the appearance of this Beishian immortal lord. Surprisingly, it was just a way to bow to the Dharma beyond the universe. Who doesn't feel the terror? No one has ever seen the Beishian immortal lord, revealing this appearance. What kind of person is that? No one can imagine a person who could make the Beishian immortal lord behave like this. What kind of realm is it? That is a field that they cannot even speculate on. Mythical wasteland world. The power of the Dharma shattered the barriers of the world. The time that had already formed a closed loop is now under this astonishing force. Suddenly, a gap appeared. Countless top figures who have hit the mythological Dalai Lama feel as if they will be wiped out for the first time. There are gaps in the time loop. As long as they die during this period, it will never be possible for them to recover. All concepts that belong to them will disappear. I don't even have the opportunity to become an innate spiritual treasure. These great arhats are already eternal and immortal, and even exist as Tao in themselves. But at this moment, it seemed like dust had been knocked down. For the first time, the Dalai Lamas had thoughts of fear. Even when some Dalai Lamas were about to be knocked out of consciousness and transformed into innate spiritual treasures, they did not have such thoughts. Farewell to our ancestors. A figure transcends the timeline. Appearing in everyone's mind. This figure respectfully salutes the Dharma phenomena outside the world. Countless great powers were stunned. Fuxi. As Pangu, Fuxi was actually bowing to that Dharma statue. Deluo has no realm. But there is a distinction of strength. Fuxi, who was able to achieve Pangu, is definitely the most top-notch existence among the Dalai Lamas. The ordinary Dalai Lama faced Fuxi at that moment. I can't even escape into time and space. We can only prepare everything obediently and make it a congenital spiritual treasure. Such characters are already unparalleled in the flood of mythology. But he claims to be the ancestor god. All the Dalai Lamas couldn't help but look at the external Dharma. The fear in my heart became even stronger. How could such a terrifying existence possibly appear in the flood of mythology? Countless Daluo felt the difference in realm for the first time. The world of the third copper coffin. Just from the timeline, looking back on my experiences with Emperor Yi and Emperor Chu. Jump out of the world immediately. The other two strong individuals above the sacrificial path also followed behind. They stood behind Emperor Yi. My heart was filled with fear. Surprisingly, there are characters beyond the sacrificial path. A person who has been resurrected and died of illness. The shock in the eyes is extremely strong. He was self-destructive in the beginning. But it's just because we can't see the way forward, and there are no like-minded people. But now he not only found like-minded people, but also saw unparalleled figures above the sacrificial path. And this character is also the ancestor god in the mouth of Emperor Yi Tian. Emperor Yi Tian, Emperor Chu Tian, this. Emperor Yi seemed to have sensed the doubts of the three people behind him. With an extremely serious expression, he spoke solemnly. This is the ancestor of my Earth. Earth. They are all very clear. But I didn't expect that small planet. Not only did two characters from the sacrificial path emerge, but there was also an unheard of existence like the main god. Emperor Yi and Emperor Chu were also aware of it for the first time. Beyond their time-closed world, there are also all heavens and all realms. But some have the imprint of the original Earth. They quickly realized everything. Now they also have some doubts. Why did the ancestor god suddenly appear at this time? Is it that there is a problem with the world on the other side of the original Earth? The two heavenly emperors above the sacrificial path frowned. As time goes by, Chen Dao is able to communicate with more and more powerful individuals. The power of these strong individuals is fed back to him, enough to make his power overwhelm the heavens and all realms. But as the ancestor god, he is a symbol of the original Earth. But it cannot be done easily. Otherwise, it will affect all the travelers in the heavens and all the realms. At this moment, Chen Dao's gaze turned to another place. There are also countless Earth travelers there. Just compared to those powerful worlds before. These are somewhat different. Chapter 3. Branch World, the Army of Crossers. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Perfect World Branch. Through time, he became Shirhao's Earthwalker. At the moment when the ancestral god's Dharma image descended, it has already communicated the imprint of the original Earth. Originally, my place was just a branch of the closed-loop world of time. He finally realized why the world was different from what he had imagined before. When I first crossed over, knowing that he is the stone whose supreme bone has been excavated, there was a wave of fear in my heart. After all, what one has taken away is an absolute powerhouse that can form a closed loop of time and space. As long as he becomes that kind of strong person, no matter at any time, he is the most terrifying supreme figure. It is completely impossible to have weak moments. Not to be taken away by oneself. He thought he might have been calculated by some supreme being. After all, he lost Shirhao. Who knows the terrifying figure above the sacrificial path? Will a glance come over? I, as a traveler, immediately lost my soul on the spot. With this thought in mind, he bravely broke through all the way to the realm of the immortal emperor. But at this moment, he realized. There are many missing characters in this world. Even the future Emperor Yi only existed in that duel at the border wasteland pass. Now that he has become the immortal emperor, he cannot find the trace of Yi Tiandi. And most importantly, above the immortal emperor, there is also a realm of sacrificial rituals. In the future, I will be able to become above the sacrificial path. But now he suddenly realized that he had touched the ceiling. Breaking through seems like breaking through this world. Now looking at that terrifying illusion, all the reasons emerge in my heart. But soon he came to his senses. The ancestor god of the original Earth suddenly appeared. It can never be a small matter. At this moment, several immortal emperors from above appeared beside him. Even the immortal emperors of the mysterious and exotic ethnic groups appeared. They naturally heard Shirhao, calling him the ancestor god. Everyone felt extremely shocked. Especially the immortal emperor of the Eerie tribe. My heart was filled with fear. although both are immortal emperors. But Shi Hao alone is enough to suppress them and fight. If it weren't for their superb life-saving methods, they would have died long ago. Now suddenly, an ancestral deity of Shi Hao appears. Just breath is enough to annihilate everything. How could they not feel frightened? The immortal emperor on the side of Heshangchang is uncertain and uncertain. The existence of Shi Hao at this level is still reborn, so what is the strength of this ancestor god? The scene was silent. Only Shi Hao silently stared at the Dharma elephant. Waiting for the next situation. Dragon Ball Branch World. There is no king in this world. There are no other universes. Only the god of destruction, who is towering above him, and the angel who remains by his side. Traverse to become Sun Wukong's Earthwalker. After reaching its peak in strength, it faced off against Bilis. Both sides are evenly matched in strength. In battle, it could even destroy the entire universe, if it weren't for the protection of angels. This universe has been destroyed countless times. Sun Wukong looked at Bilis in front of him with a rebellious expression. I also felt a sigh in my heart. Without the entire king, there is no other universe. His and Bilis's strength has long reached the upper limit that this universe can withstand. Unable to further improve. It can be said that neither side can suppress the other. At this point, the two sides collided again. Planets, swept by the waves of power, turn into dust in the universe. Sun Wukong, who maintained the posture of a Super Saiyan god, suddenly stopped his hand. Looking at the massive phenomena appearing outside the universe. Immediately speak and salute. Have you met the Ancestor God? Sun Wukong, who understood all his circumstances, turned around and returned to Earth without paying attention to Bilis. Jireh stayed in place and did not stop Sun Wukong. It's not that he's unwilling to take action. But he saw the blurry face outside. The body is still controlled by fear. He couldn't move a single bit. What character is that? Even Sun Wukong would call him the ancestral god. The angel's face was also full of shock. If such characters land in their universe, who can resist them? Many travelers in the branching world also communicate with the imprint of the original Earth. One world after another is shaking uncontrollably. Compared to those top world powerhouses, these people are a bit weaker and unaware of the influence of the original Earth. But now all the ancestral gods and phenomena have appeared. Let them fully understand everything. If it weren't for the protection of the original Earth, they wouldn't have been able to traverse these branching worlds. After all, there are too many strong people in the terrifying world that forms a time loop. Even with the protection of the original Earth, they also find it difficult to climb to the summit. It can be said that the original Earth gave them the opportunity to climb the summit. Every Earth traveler feels awe in their heart. However, like some top world travelers, their faces all showed a strong sense of confusion. The sudden appearance of the Ancestor God. Absolutely impossible, just to inform them of these situations. At this moment, all the traversers of the heavens and realms have great power. They all set their sights on the ancestral deity and Dharma. Countless worlds have become tense. The consciousness of those worlds was completely suppressed by this unparalleled pressure. There is only one Dharma image in the entire universe. Eternal unchanged. Qingdao watched as all the stars in his mind were lit up. I also felt the presence of all the travelers. His expression also became calm. His gaze swept across the heavens and all realms, falling on every passerby. It's the gaze of the Ancestor God. All the strong ones muster up their spirits. Then only a sound that could shake the heavens and all realms came to my ears. Magnificent to the extreme. Alien races are about to invade Earth, and a world of Earth is in danger. Chen Daohua's language is concise and comprehensive. But it fell on the ears of many strong travelers, like a thunderous explosion. Countless people were stunned. Including those top-tier worlds that have already formed a closed loop of time and space. But a moment later, everyone has already come to their senses. Next up, one powerful aura after another exploded with a loud bang. The heavens and all realms trembled incessantly in these breaths. Countless people from all over the world looked shocked. Chapter 4. Fury Soars the Sky, coming soon. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Xiao Yan has just returned to the Endless Fire domain. Xiao Dyer and Xiao Yixian looked at Xiao Yan beside them in shock. What happened to brother Xiao Yan? They are not Earth walkers, without the imprint of the original Earth. I can see a vision, but I can't hear any sound. They haven't seen Xiao Yan so angry in a long time. The last time was when the evil tribes outside the domain invaded. But now Xiao Yan has become the supreme figure in the vast world. There is no more presence that can threaten him. What exactly made him so angry that he couldn't even control his own breath? Damn ants! Dare to bully me! There is no one on Earth. As soon as he finished speaking, his mind twitched. All the strong followers of him in the Endless Fire domain came before him one after another. The Ancestor God is above, and the dignity of the original Earth cannot be trampled upon. Countless strong followers of him felt a chill in their hearts. They may not know who this Ancestral God is. But those who can bear the title of Emperor Yan are absolutely terrifying beings. Now they only need to follow behind Emperor Yan. Emperor Yi Tian and Emperor Chu Tian. Two people exchanged a glance. You can see endless anger from the other person's eyes. The Earth is in trouble, and it is our duty to do so. If it weren't for the protection of the Earth's origin, they wouldn't have been able to reach the current level. Even extraterrestrial races dare to think of Earth, they are completely clueless. The existence above the two sacrificial paths is only due to a faint breath leaked out of anger. And destroyed this ancient history of their timeline. The infinite world within the boundary sea has completely disappeared. Just a flash of light in Emperor Chu's eyes. The entire ancient history that was destroyed has been reflected back. The creatures that exist within it do not know that they have already died once. The voice of Emperor Tian of Chu was extremely cold. Waiting for the call of the Ancestral God. Sure, how in the perfect world branch. After hearing Chen Dao's words, he raised his hand and smashed the bodies of those strange ethnic immortal emperors. The strongest power among the immortal emperors. The immortal emperors of those strange ethnic groups are simply powerless to resist. I had to desperately escape amidst the howls. They are not clear. Why did Shi Hao suddenly take action? After venting his anger, Shi Hao stared closely at Fa Xiang. Listen attentively to the call of our ancestors. Thunder roared and caused a sensation. Rules churn endlessly in the universe. The domineering aura of Beishu and Xianzuan overshadowed the entire universe. Countless strong men who surrendered to him rushed towards him. What's the matter with the immortal Lord summoning us? They respectfully knelt on the ground and saluted this supreme immortal. Beishian immortal Lord didn't even glance at them, his gaze remained on the Ancestral God's Dharma. Follow me as the immortal Lord, there's no need to say more. Everyone immediately shut up. In this universe, the words of Beishian immortal Lord are the supreme will. It's even more fate. Sun Wukong, who has just returned to Earth. The breath rose again. As a member of the branching world. After communicating the original imprint, its aura has been further enhanced. The original form of the Super Saiyan God has undergone a transformation. Extremely comfortable. Far beyond the previous breath, the entire universe was shaken. Even Bylus widened his eyes. Sun Wukong's strength has been broken through. Even angels find it unbelievable. They both looked towards the earth. My heart couldn't help but tremble slightly. At this moment, the once proud Scion Prince Vegeta on Earth was stunned when he felt the breath of Sun Wukong. He originally thought he had come into contact with the realm of the Super Saiyan God. There is a chance to surpass Sun Wukong. But now Sun Wukong has become even more terrifying. Z warriors on Earth. At this moment, he arrived at Sun Wukong's side. Wukong, are you? They were not sure why Sun Wukong suddenly released such a powerful aura. Sun Wukong restrained his smile, murmuring to oneself. No matter who dares to invade the earth, it is a self-destructive act. Mythical Daluo. As one of the top figures in all the heavens and realms. Under the pressure of Fushi. Everyone began to shiver and tremble. Even if it's Sanqing. It was only at this time that I truly understood the power of Fushi. It is also a mythological Dalai Lama. Both have served as existences of Pangu. Who would have thought that Fushi had completely surpassed them? Although Dalai cannot be destroyed. But Fushi's power was enough to make Dalai feel scared. Being made into a congenital spiritual treasure and locked in a small black room. This is more painful than death. The figure of Fushi is densely packed, covering an infinite timeline. Even in the eyes of those mythological giants. The terrifying figure of Fushi appeared. The mythological lords are all afraid. Are both Fushi and us really Dalai Lamas? All the buildings were lost in thought. Only Fushi himself knew. All of this is the help of the original Earth. The position of the original Earth is frighteningly high. This is also how he can surpass the others. Once there is a crisis on the original Earth. So even his great Luo realm will be affected. Now his anger has reached its peak. All Dalai Lamas can feel that the power that has opened up countless times in the vast world seems to be about to burst out. Dare to take action against the original Earth. I want to erase all concepts about those alien races. Strong people in one world after another. Without any hesitation, they burst out with their own strength. Even some worlds are on the verge of collapse. All of this is just them venting their anger. The earth is about to be invaded. The heavens and all realms are completely shaken. Please summon the Ancestor God. Respectfully summon the Ancestor God. We will abide by the will of our ancestors. One sound after another is transmitted from various worlds. Countless time-traveling powerhouses have long been ready to go. Just wait for Qin Dao to communicate with them. Qin Dao withdrew his gaze at this moment. Lift up the ancestral decree in your hand. It's time to let these travelers come. Chapter 5. Dharma, Heavenly Phenomenon, and Earth, the Origin is Stirring. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At this moment, Qin Dao is still communicating with the travelers of the heavens and all worlds. The crisis on Earth has quietly descended. The senior management of Eagle Sauce is currently feeling a headache. The Hate Man Alliance is one of the few organizations in the world, known as Super Warriors. It is also the most powerful trump card of Eagle Sauce. But now there have been some surprises with this bottom card. Members of the Hatred Alliance. Being in an extremely safe place, but being killed by a headshot for no reason. The most important thing is, Eagle Sauce put in a lot of effort, but couldn't find out who the killer was. I only know the weapons to kill these people. It's very scary. Huaxia has also received some news. Although the two countries are constantly engaged in open and secret struggles on weekdays. But this time, it seems that something terrible is about to happen. This could be an unimaginable event for the entire Earth. Even Eagle Sauce can't solve such a problem. If the incident had happened in their China, the outcome would probably not have been much worse. Several figures in power in the Chinese military had solemn expressions. I'm a bit worried about what happened to the Hate League. Who said it's not? I've read the information over there, a super warrior who didn't even have a chance to resist before. Everyone began to fall silent. Those people were all killed in one blow. Their army company is indeed good. But I can't resist such sudden details. How is the Xiongming company doing? A senior military official inquired. Still searching for more suitable people. The senior military officer nodded. Accelerate the pace, I always feel like something even more terrifying is going to happen. Qin Dao is the ancestral deity chosen by the original Earth. Nature is above everyone. As long as there is the existence of the Earth's imprint. No matter how strong it is absolutely impossible to surpass the Ancestor God. At this moment, Qin Dao has already lit up all the stars that appeared before. But there are projections of the Earth in every part of the heavens and all realms. More and more stars are appearing. These are all worlds that exist on Earth or have Earth travelers. Boundless and boundless. It seems to have no end at all. Qin Dao, as a whole, has gradually integrated into the Earth of all heavens and all realms. As long as there is a place where the Earth exists, that carries the aura of Qin Dao. Feeling the increasingly terrifying power within oneself. Qin Daoyue realized the power of the original Earth. Add salt to the entire heavens and realms, as the Earth traverses through them. They are all the top figures in their respective worlds. After Qin Dao became the Ancestor God, he communicated with these people's original imprints. You can fully obtain their power and blessings. Now it is about to condense into tangible phenomena. It becomes increasingly clear. Slowly moving in the midst of the heavens and realms. Dong. The vast power is impacting the heavens and all realms. Endless world, endless time and space. They are completely enveloped by this force. The sound of a great road. It resonates with the heavenly way of countless worlds. With the power of so many traversing powerhouses. Let the power of Qin Dao's Dharma become even more terrifying. Even in the world of some non-existent Earthwalkers. Those strong individuals have already felt the power of Pei Mo Ningyu. His face became extremely frightened. How could there be such a terrifying aura? This group of strong individuals is capable of manipulating any rule in this world, and can even reverse the timeline. But they dare not touch this slightest breath. Because they feel it. This aura is not the source of the Tao. Just a slight touch, they all felt that their bodies were going to be assimilated by the Tao. An immortal body. In the blink of an eye, it shattered instantly. If it weren't for them withdrawing in time. Preserved his trace of true spirit. Otherwise, there is a real possibility of being forcefully erased by this breath, all existence. In many worlds. Those top talents all gathered together and looked at each other in confusion. What just happened is still vivid in my memory. That is a true erasure. Even the meaning of existence has been completely erased. At that time, the whole world, including the heavenly way, will no longer remember the existence of such a top-notch tycoon as him. Looking out of the world, that aura became even more astonishing. Everyone swallowed their saliva. What is the sudden display of this level of existence? Everyone began to tremble with fear. After all, that magic elephant can wipe them out with just a strand of breath. If we really reach out and take action against their world. Don't think too much. The whole world will no longer exist. What transcends the timeline, transcends fate. Even forming a time loop. In the face of such absolute power. Everything is just vanity. As Qin Dao continued to connect with more and more travelers. He felt as if he could control the fate of the heavens and all worlds. The surging power made his gaze terrifying. The endless road can be shattered at a glance. The most powerful world in his eyes is nothing but dust. A single thought can completely destroy. This is not a delusion. But rather a situation that truly exists. His strength has indeed reached this level. This is the ancestral God of the original Earth, with the power it should possess. All the strong forces related to the earth converge in one place. It is enough to make all heavens and all realms tremble. Qindao's Dharma has become completely clear. That method is like the face on his face, which is strikingly identical to Qindao. The Dharma elephant lifts its hands and feet. The void between the heavens and all realms collapsed instantly. Countless chaotic energies burst forth. Unexpectedly, one world after another has formed. Although these worlds are just beginners, their potential is infinite, and in the future, they can even give birth to strong individuals with a time loop level. Being able to observe top powers beyond the world and witness this scene. I don't know how many eras have left my heart trembling. They all shook completely. Cold sweat soaked through the whole body. It is unimaginable that among all the heavens and realms, there can still be such a level of strength. This kind of character is really terrifying. Chapter 6. Earth Resonance, Collapsing the Heavens and Boundaries. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The top powerhouse among all the heavens and worlds. No one has developed a desire for challenge. When Qindaofa's image leaked out that faint breath. I have already made these people understand. Don't say it's challenging Qindao. They can't even see the realm of Qindao clearly. Thoughts cannot be approached. The gap has reached an indescribable point. It's like the gap between ordinary people and them. In a fantasy world called Emperor Ba. A pseudo-immortal giant who has lived for countless epochs. Climbing out of a grave. A face full of shock. With his pseudonymous identity, he is capable of spanning countless years and laughing at the ups and downs of countless worlds. Even if it's the so-called immortal emperor or the Taoist lord. In front of him was just a slightly stronger ant. He is such a powerful giant who sits and watches the wind and clouds. The first time I couldn't control my inner emotions. The laws that were sealed inside him were leaking out one by one. The worlds around him were trembling. Unable to withstand the power of his pseudo-immortal. True immortals probably don't have such power. His face became increasingly frightened. The reason why he couldn't control the power on himself was because he had just come into contact with that magical image and the faint breath leaked out. Almost didn't make him break down. Even the crow from the beginning couldn't make him look like this. What an exaggerated power this is. Even if the thief himself comes forward. Whether it can survive in the face of such a terrifying existence is a question. It took him a long time to fully recover. At this point, his heart grew even more fearful. The Dharma is reflected in all the heavens and realms, as if it can crush any world with just one movement. He restrained his breath. The pseudo-immortal giant made up his mind that even the crow wanted to do something big. I absolutely cannot reach it myself. That existence is too terrifying, there is no intention of confronting it at all. Ask that person to really take action. Being able to survive on one's own is already fortunate. Between the heavens and the myriad realms. Every world is far apart. If there are no exact coordinates, even a time-closed loop powerhouse cannot find direction in the void. There is no need to say more about the existence of a lower level. They couldn't even survive in it. Countless world powerhouses face that path. Just a wisp of breath is enough to suppress the phenomena of the past, present, and future. Who doesn't feel scared? When the terrifying pressure falls on oneself. They all instantly felt like they had returned to their weakest moment. At this moment, the atmosphere of the heavens and realms has become suppressed. The unparalleled powerhouses all looked at the Dharma statue nervously and anxiously. Suddenly, the Dharma elephant is walking again. What scares countless people is the Dharma seems to be slowly approaching their world. The stronger a person's cultivation, the more they can feel that there are countless ancient divine mountains on themselves. Make them gasp for breath. What's going on? Is that terrifying location ready to take action against us? Even the will of these worlds and the way of heaven. They were completely shaken. The already very heavy world barriers. Being reinforced makes it even more terrifying. Unless it is the collaboration of the top powers in the world, no one can tear open even a small crack. Some of the top talents. They were frightened and their legs became weak. Previously, so far apart, a single breath was enough to wipe them off, let alone the arrival of such a strong person. Beyond the river of time, how can one control fate? Time closed loop, eternal and eternal, so what? They don't believe that their world can carry the arrival of such a strong person. Many people are exclaiming in surprise. I never thought there would be such a powerful figure outside the world. All adults feel like frogs in a well. I can only watch helplessly as this Dharma image keeps approaching them. The Qingdao resonates with all the heavens, all the realms, and all the earth. Even though the power is still growing, it can still be used like an arm. The main divine command in hand emits a more dazzling light. It seems like we need to imprint all the coordinates in Qingdao's mind. It's almost there. At this moment, Qingdao's gaze fixed. That terrifying Dharma is once again approaching all the worlds of the heavens and all realms. He transforms into countless things. Every strand of Qingdao's thoughts can be transformed into a Dharma image that can shake the heavens and all realms. As the Dharma continues to move forward, each avenue turns into a tunnel of time and space. Hidden in the void of all heavens and realms. No force can destroy it. The complete collapse of those top-notch worlds does not affect these tunnels. We're ready to lure these travelers back. Qingdao's face showed a smile. The radiance of the ancestral god's order became even more dazzling, and the aura emanating from it became even more mysterious. One by one, the earth has become quaint. Especially those powerful beings who already reside on or near earth. The oppression in my heart became even heavier. They looked up at the approaching Dharma beyond the world. A terrifying guess couldn't help but arise in my heart. That existence couldn't have come towards Earth, could it? Earth has indeed given birth to many powerful beings, and even legendary figures. Anyway, it's just an ordinary life planet. If it were in the past, they wouldn't have felt that way at all. But now the Earth is becoming increasingly difficult to see through in the eyes of all the great powers. That quaint aura seems to contain an indescribable power. They want to explore, but with the power of their kind, they can dominate an era. But it feels like a mud ox entering the sea. I can't even perceive what is behind it. Even countless people have a hint of awareness in their hearts. If they continue to investigate, there may be a great terror coming. This is a huge cause and effect that even they cannot bear. Everyone took a deep breath of air at this moment. Perhaps the Earth is countless times more terrifying than we imagine. Chapter 7. Unity of all, adhere to the decree of the Ancestor God. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The water on Earth is too deep. It is not clear whether there is a world without the Earth or the Earth traveler. But there is a world of strong people related to the Earth. That's different. The Earth has given birth to a supreme existence. All the strong beings who emerge from the Earth are from scratch. Climbing to the pinnacle. Now think about it, this is definitely not a coincidence. All the great powers squinted their eyes. Has developed a deep fear towards the Earth. Especially at this moment, the strong ones who have walked out of the Earth's depths have their eyes swept down. Countless people feel these gazes. My body trembled slightly. That is a truly terrifying existence that has emerged from the Earth. Compared to the terrifying phenomena that have not yet arrived. These characters are even more frightening. The world of the third copper coffin. Both Emperor Yi and Emperor Chu's gaze was fixed on the Earth. This is their birthplace in itself. Those who possess the imprint of the original Earth can have a clearer understanding of all the situations that are happening on Earth now. This is the breath of the original Earth. Who could have imagined that the Earth in their world could give birth to this aura? The Emperor of Wilderness and the people who died of illness. I also noticed the situation coming from above the Earth. Just at this moment. Dare not take any action. The person who died of illness was just observing the Dharma. Almost completely erased. Not to mention the aura emanating from the Earth now. They are already above the sacrificial path. Still a character at the level of a closed loop in time and space. They have never felt this aura in countless years. This indicates that this aura is definitely not something that exists in their world. It is very likely to be related to the external phenomena. People who die of illness self-destruct before they die, but feel lonely because they cannot find like-minded people. Now there are like-minded people, and more paths have been taken on the path of sacrifice. How dare you take this risk to investigate the current Earth? If everything is truly erased, there is no place to cry. At this moment, these two people turned their heads to look at Emperor Yi and Emperor Chu. I only heard Emperor Yi say seriously. It seems that the Ancestor God really needs us to return. Emperor Yi and Emperor Chu nodded repeatedly. My gaze was focused on the external phenomena. The great powers of the heavens and all realms. The whole heart has already been suspended. They don't even have the qualification to approach the Dharma. Even if it's just observing phenomena with active thoughts. They will all be struck with terror. In this situation, who can stop the pace of that Dharma elephant? The Dharma has become clearer. People with weaker cultivation can clearly see it. Between the breath of the Dharma. One law after another fluctuates around the Dharma. Between every move and gesture. Countless avenues crisscross. It has become a road that connects to the sky. Direct to their world. Seeing this scene in ancient existence, everyone crawled out of their own sealed land. Is this world about to be destroyed? Their faces became increasingly ugly. Any avenue on the body of the Dharma. They have practiced for countless epochs, which they cannot reach. The eternal immortality that they used to be proud of. In today's view. It's just making people happy. I don't know what world gave birth to such a terrifying existence. If he were to get closer, our world would almost be unable to bear it. The power that is approaching the ceiling of the world. It is clear that this force is not something their world can bear. But if this world is destroyed, they also find it difficult to survive. After all, they all rely on this world to become strong at this level today. Once the world is shattered, they will be completely assimilated by chaos. Devouring the world. Those Hunyuan lords are more nervous than anyone else. Reaching the Hunyuan lord is already the highest level of devouring the world. There is no possibility of any breakthrough online. I can only continuously enhance my combat power. The Dharma outside is shrouded in countless avenues, constantly approaching. But let them personally experience it. What is the real dimensionality reduction blow? These Hunyuan lords, can already be regarded as creators at the level of existence. But what is the difference between them and the aura of the external phenomena, and the mayfly? It's just a more powerful mayfly. Lord Luo. What should we do now? But I didn't expect the appearance of Lord Luo before. Everyone understood that he must know the origin of that Dharma phenomenon, so they eagerly asked. Although Lord Luo appears calm on the surface now, there is boundless excitement in his eyes. That's the call of the ancestral god. Lord Luo's words startled everyone's hearts. This is the second time they have heard Lord Luo talk about the ancestral gods. Can we say that the external Dharma is the means of the ancestral god? The trace of breath above the ancestral god's Dharma image. Let them feel fearful. I can't imagine it. How terrifying is the true form of this ancestor god. There is also Earth in the world of devouring. They also discovered something special on Earth. Lord Hunyuan, who controls countless laws and avenues. It's impossible to get half a step closer to Earth. If you want to make a tough breakthrough, a threat of death suddenly emerges in your heart. Let them immediately stop their pace. At this point, they seem to have some understanding. What Luo Feng said was the call of the ancestral god. What exactly does it mean? In the vast world, the endless fire domain has long been in preparation for battle. Everyone gathers in the center of the endless fire realm, surrounded by Emperor Yan Xiaoyan. Brother Xiaoyan, what exactly is going on? The little doctor became increasingly suspicious and uncertain. My gaze also gazed at the Dharma image beyond the vast world. You don't need to speculate too much. That is my primordial earth, the supreme ancestor god. Everyone felt an immense shock upon hearing these words. Although they don't know what the original earth is. But the following words are clear and distinct. Emperor Yan is already the strongest in the world today. A person who can afford this title. It can be imagined. No wonder just one Dharma image is enough to shake the vast world. Xiao Yan stared at Fa Xiang with bright eyes. We just need to strictly follow the ancestral decree. Chapter 8. Connecting the heavens, the passage has been established. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Is this the complete imprint of the original Earth? A mysterious pattern similar to that on the ancestral decree. Emerging from the center of the Earth. Suddenly imprinted on Qindao's eyebrows. Shining in harmony with the ancestral decree. The small worlds that were originally hidden within the heavens and realms. They are all resonating with this increasingly powerful origin. Exposed the face of the entire world. I want this day when I can't cover my eyes anymore. I want this place to never bury my heart again. The deafening roar shook the entire three realms. In the world of black mythology. A traveler who has just crossed over and become the great sage of Qi Tian. Received all the memories in one's own mind. Roaring up to the sky. The body that devoured countless miraculous medicines. An astonishing transformation has occurred. At the moment when the traveler takes complete control of their body. The fiery and golden eyes that were originally worn out by the alchemy furnace. Once again transformed into the spirit stone monkey, the one with the divine eye that should be present. Just like when it was just born. The binocular light emitted a golden light that penetrated the sky and the earth. Splendid with gods and Buddhas, unable to open their eyes. Tai Shang Lao Jun's face became strange. What exactly happened to this monkey head? The traveler opened their eyes. Feeling the power of one's own strength. The realm has long surpassed the golden immortal. Not comparable to the big shots hidden in the heavenly court. But with his own footsteps and the sudden emergence of a protective force. Among the three realms, no one is one's opponent anymore. Life is filled with the feeling of the heavenly sage, and now there is a terrifying aura. I suddenly felt these incomparable things. The Jade Emperor's face was even more unsightly. Can anyone tell me why this monkey head suddenly changed like this? The immortals in the heavenly court looked at each other. No one can say the answer. The Jade Emperor became even more angry. He had intended to reprimand a few words. But a terrifying pressure came. He, who had experienced 124,800 tribulations, felt boundless fear. Beyond the three realms is endless chaos. A person like Tai Shang Lao Jun who is comparable to the level of the heavenly way. They cannot penetrate chaos. But the Dharma, even larger than the three realms, stands tall in chaos. Slowly approaching towards the three realms. All the powers of the three realms make breathing rapid. In their eyes, beside the Dharma statue, there appeared a path of 3,000 paths. And these great roads seemed to be subservient to the feet of the Dharma. This scene made those immortal gods with stable Tao hearts unable to help but swallow their saliva. The great sage of Chi Tian naturally saw this scene as well. The original imprint that belongs exclusively to the Earth Traveler. At this moment, it lit up. He instantly understood everything. So it's the protection of the ancestral star. If there were no primordial Earth, his final outcome could only be suppressed by the sky full of gods and Buddhas, becoming puppets of these existences. Ancestor, no matter which world the Earth is in trouble, this great sage will definitely smash all enemies. Think of it here. He held a golden cudgel in his hand, lifted a somersault cloud, and pierced through the sky. Yang Shun arrived at the boundary of chaos. Greet the call of our ancestors. All the great powers in the three realms have witnessed the actions of the great sage of Chi Tian. The shock in my heart reached its peak. Master the heavenly way and become the founder of the way. Difficult to say, easy to say. Just practice to the limit of your realm and master a great path, and you can be called a road obstacle. Han Laoma patiently guided his disciple. Since the last Fairy World War, his strength is getting stronger and stronger. Quickly grasp the 3,000 paths of the entire mortal world. As a mortal world that is extremely close to the top world. After Han Laoma possessed this strength, he naturally understood that there were countless powerful worlds beyond the world. The heavens and all realms are not just talk. Those who exist in the world are even stronger than themselves. So he spent billions of years hiding the entire world within the heavens and realms. In the absence of coordinates, the strong in the time loop find it difficult to cross 10,000 boundaries. Find the specific location of the mortal world. But at this moment, he suddenly realized. Both the immortal world and the human world began to tremble violently. Even with one's own personal efforts to stabilize, it is difficult to prevent such things from happening. Han Laoma became suspicious and uncertain. Is there really a terrifying powerhouse who has discovered the mortal world? At this moment, the appearance of phenomena. The countless laws of the heavenly way surrounding me. The aura emitted was even more terrifying than the entire avenue controlled by Han Laoma. See this phenomenon. The resonance of the original imprint. Make him completely at ease. So it's the arrival of the ancestral god. Han Laoma is not a native of the mortal world either. People who have also crossed over from Earth. Because of the protection of the original Earth, I obtained the Palm Immortal Vase. It is precisely with this magic weapon. Han Laoma has gradually risen to become the strongest Taoist ancestor today. Now the ancestral deity has personally descended. The news of the Earth's difficulties reached his ears. Ancestor has orders, dare not disobey. He is a person who strives to the extreme. If it doesn't threaten him, even if the fairy world is shattered, he won't pay attention. But now it's different. No matter how strong his strength is, he is a person who has come out of the earth. The call of the ancestor god is absolutely not allowed to be violated. His disciples saw Han Laoma's appearance. They are all incredibly shocking. One after another, the top figures in the immortal world have all come to Han Laoma's place. Han Laoma did not hide his seclusion. Soon, all the great powers gathered around him. This is Han Laoma, personally summoning them over. Now that our ancestors have given orders, it's time for us to be born after all these years of world isolation. Everyone was inexplicably shocked. This is the first time Han Laoma has taken such an action. Everyone understands how strong Han Laoma is. The ancestor god who changed his mind in just one sentence. Absolutely terrifying to the extreme. More and more hidden worlds have been dug out by the resonance of the origin. The power of the Qin Dharma connects all the heavens. Nowadays, there is a Dharma statue of Qin standing outside every world. The magnificent voice rang out again. The channel is about to open. Chapter 9. The Magnificent Power, Connecting All Realms. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chen Dao's voice can only be heard by those who are related to the earth. Is the channel about to open? All the earth powerhouses. There was an excited expression on his face. Especially for those who do not have Earth's travelers in this world. Now there is finally a chance to return to Earth. They all rubbed their fists together. The strong ones following behind them, watching them. My heart trembled even more. These people have never met before, and their own supreme existence would reveal this expression. These strong figures related to the earth, at the very moment of speaking, have all extended their thoughts beyond the world. All the strong individuals who have emerged from the earth bear the imprint of the original earth. As long as you don't deliberately touch that Dharma image, the Dharma will not have a significant impact on these strong individuals. Therefore, they are all in the void, constantly searching for channels. They soon discovered. Behind the Dharma image, there is a faint and indescribable aura. There seems to be a connection to the true origin of the earth. Is this where the channel is located? The channel has not yet been truly opened. But the great power that was released. It's already enough to shake people's hearts. They are the top powerhouses, and the weakest can destroy a galaxy. Facing this unopened channel, it is impossible to even explore the specific location. The heavenly way rotates. A vast and desolate world. The countless creatures above are facing a terrifying calamity. Traverse to become a celestial earth traveler. At this moment, the dojo stands tall outside the chaos. The ancestral gods' methods are simply unimaginable. Although saints never die or perish, once they leave the wasteland world, they are no different from ordinary De Luo Jin Xian. But the passage in front of us contains an extremely terrifying force. Even before it is opened, it has already benefited Tong Tian greatly. This channel seems to be able to reach the original earth directly. Communicate with the Ancestor God. Under the protection of the original imprint. Even if one travels to other worlds, one can still retain the cultivation of a saint. There is no need to say much about how powerful a sage is. On this vast and desolate continent, that is a divine presence. If there were no interference from other saints, they could even change the tide of the flood. Now Tong Tian has retrieved his thoughts from the vicinity of the passage. Laozi and Yuanshi also rushed to their side. They are unaware of the existence of the channel. I only know that there is a terrifying phenomenon outside the wilderness, slowly approaching them. Soon even Hongjun, who had already merged with the heavenly way, had already appeared. His gaze was equally solemn. Hongjun is now equivalent to the heavenly way. He knows better than anyone else. How terrifying that illusion is. Take out any avenue from the elephant's body. They are tens of thousands of times stronger than their complete creation jade butterflies. Even if that avenue were placed in the midst of a flood, it would be enough to replace the current heavenly way. How can this not make people feel all the fear? At this moment, he withdrew his mind. Turning to look at Tong Tian. The power of Tong Tian is the most powerful existence in Sanqing. Although the realm is still among the saints of the heavenly way. But his combat power had already surpassed that of Hongjun, who had already merged with the heavenly way. If it weren't for the Tao fruit being placed in the heavenly way, I'm afraid Tong Tian has already transcended the entire wasteland world and is not under his control at all. Tong Tian, you seem to know what the external phenomena are. That's my ancestor god. Laozi and Yuanshi were suddenly taken aback. The only one who can be called the ancestor god in the wilderness is the groundbreaking Pangu. They are the primordial gods of Pangu, divided into 3 parts. Nowadays, Tong Tian actually refers to the external Dharma as the ancestral god. How come it's not shocking? The old man's brow furrowed. He didn't even notice it. There is any aura of Pangu on Faxiang's body. And even if it were a true revival of Pangu, it would not have brought them such terrifying pressure. Tong Tian looked at Laozi and Yuanshi, knowing that they were guessing something in their hearts. That is my true ancestor God. The words have just finished. The original earth imprint on Tong Tian's body. Blooming with dazzling brilliance. They are all three in one. Even if it is through the causality between the three of them, it cannot be changed. At this time, driven by the imprint of the original earth. The other two also understood the current situation. Laozi immediately frowned and smiled. Since that's the case, we will strictly follow the decree of our ancestors' gods. The atmosphere of the passage became increasingly profound. Chen Dao's true body is now at the core of the earth in the supernatural world. Communicate with the original earth. His power has exceeded the upper limit of the heavens and all realms. But he must maintain the operation of the original earth. Continue to protect those earthlings who have traveled abroad. We need to speed up. Chen Dao suddenly waved his hand. The heavens and all realms trembled once again. Countless strong individuals were once again shaken in their hearts. Everyone's gaze was cast outside the world. The Dharma has descended upon the world. The power of terror suppresses the will of the entire world and cannot function. Any strong person feels that their powerful power is temporarily suppressed. The Dharma image did not continue to move forward, only extended its palm and suddenly grabbed it. Buzz. The channel unfolds behind the Dharma image. The terrifying power burst forth in an instant. If it weren't for an elephant blocking in front, the power of this channel opening would be enough to destroy any world. The channel is open. All the strong ones who have emerged from the earth. Everyone is completely excited. The rich earthly atmosphere makes them feel incredibly familiar. Are you willing to return and rescue a world of earth? We are willing. Willing. Ancestor is above, we will set off immediately. Everyone shouted loudly. Responding to Chen Dao's words. Dragon Talisman World. The immortal strong are all nervously watching the external phenomena. With their strength, they were unable to detect the true strength of this Dharma phenomenon. Their faces were full of disbelief. We have already opened up a non-old and new world. Besides the ancient factory director, there are actually such terrifying characters. I don't know who is more terrifying than that ancient factory owner. Everyone is constantly speculating. Chapter 10. The True Power of the Earth Ancestor God. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The immortal masters in the world of dragon talismans. Everyone is loved by luck. Before becoming immortal. Each of them has extremely terrifying luck. Even those who have become immortal masters find it difficult to kill them. Every time there will be various things that allow them to escape from life. Then came the growth of terrifying power. It is astonishing. But once these people who are favored by luck become immortal, their luck will dissipate. It can be said that this is their strongest and weakest time. So every strong person who achieves immortality, their greatest wish is to truly transcend their current state. Above everyone else. Just like the current factory director. That way, I won't worry about one day when I suddenly die. After all, the non-old and new worlds have been around for so many years. These immortal powerhouses also suppressed many people in the same realm. Nature understands that they are definitely not immortal. Now they are all looking at the external phenomena one by one. My heart was even more shaken. At this moment, in the depths of chaos, a terrifying world suddenly shrouded in countless fortunes. A powerful and breathtaking master was born from it, from which all the immortal masters of the world were born. All the immortal masters looked slightly stunned. I only heard the newly born immortal master burst out laughing loudly. Today's achievements are immortal, and when they sweep through everything, they become the supreme existence. The words have just finished. He then carried the energy of the whole world and turned towards the outside world. Immortal masters are already capable of controlling time and space. In the world under one's control, it is definitely the true way of heaven. Unless it's someone born with great luck. Anyone can freely modify their fate. It can even directly modify the timeline. Now he has the help of the whole world, coupled with his luck. After becoming immortal, it does not dissipate. Non-immortal masters from both old and new worlds, as well as other beings. Everyone widened their eyes. He wouldn't be trying to deal with that Dharma statue, would he? If you want to destroy this person, you must make him go crazy. Other immortal masters. I don't have such a huge aura on my body, so I can naturally see through it. The external phenomenon is not something they can resist. But at this moment, they also became curious. No matter what. The immortal master who rushed out in terms of strength. It's not much worse than them either. In addition, there is a world and a huge bonus of energy. Perhaps there is also a chance to influence the external phenomena. The pressure that the Dharma gave them was too great, in case it happened in a non-old and new world. Even if the non-old and new worlds can carry this terrifying force. But the authority of the world will definitely be deprived by this Dharma. This is equivalent to weakening the power of these immortal masters. The most important thing is that there is no protection from the world. Once Director Gu takes action against them, they don't even have a chance to escape. At this moment, Director Gu has already stood up. Eyes penetrate the entire world of dragon talismans. It landed on the immortal master. It turns out that it is the will of this world that does not want everyone to be like a dragon and wants to surpass everyone. He sneered. Rich in luck, but unpredictable in fate. Unexpectedly wanting to take action against the Ancestor God. Director Gu shook his head. Although he is a person from this world. But it fused with a traveler who came from Earth. Under the fusion of souls, he is essentially a powerful figure who has emerged from the Earth. There is a natural imprint of the Earth's origin on one's body. When the original Earth had not yet begun to communicate with the world, he always thought. My own strength should have reached the upper limit of the original Earth. But it wasn't until the moment the god of gamblers appeared that he understood. I have always been under the protection of my original Earth. It is impossible to reach the current state of invincibility forever. Those immortal masters pursue non-immortality. In fact, in the eyes of Director Gu, it's just a realm created casually. If it weren't for the help of the original Earth, I'm afraid I wouldn't be much different from those immortal masters now. At this moment, his eyes were bright and bright. I have already made up my mind. Since the Ancestor God has summoned, I must do my best. No matter which Earth it is never allowed to be violated. Director Gu's gaze became cold. On the outside of the Dragon Talisman world, a huge opening has been torn open. That vast world tore apart time and space, directly colliding with the law. Infinite energy converges into a thoroughfare that connects heaven and earth, shaking the world of dragon talismans. The immortal masters changed their faces one by one. No one expected that this person's strength could reach such a level with the blessing of luck. If he had just turned in a direction that was different from the old and new worlds. It is estimated that both worlds have completely collapsed by this time. They themselves will also be greatly affected. I don't know if this madman can have an impact on that Dharma. It's not yet time for everyone to guess. I saw the direction of lifting my hand gently. That vast world, as well as the immortal master, has been set in the void. Then, amidst the horrified gazes of the crowd, all things about this world, bit by bit erased. But in the blink of an eye, everything disappeared without a trace, including the immortal master who was still laughing wildly before. And the most terrifying thing is, these immortal masters have completely lost track of any trace of that world that once existed. Even these immortal masters are slowly blurring the impression of that world. This method scared everyone and made them sweat profusely. How could it be so exaggerated? That Dharma is like just raising a finger. Erased all concepts. Even their memories are about to go wrong. They are immortal masters. Without targeting them, it has already caused such an impact. Can Director Gu really be compared to such a person? Looking at that Dharma, everyone fell silent.